When I hear people talking about how bad men are or how bad women are because of their experiences in relationships and even to some extent marriage in some instances, then I start to think to myself that these people are all people that are running away from personal accountability. It doesn't matter what the other person also contributed to how that relationship went bad, but these people are running away from personal accountability because everybody, whether you like it or not, or whether you want to hear it or not, everybody for the most part deserves who they end up with. Everyone. Unless we're talking about people in some communities whereby they do forced marriages, or maybe, some because of religious reason or because of tradition, maybe somebody was forced into a marriage. That's the only exemption that I can think of. But every other person deserves who they end up with. Because the person who is different from that person that you're now angry or regretting about came also. God is just. God is not unrighteous. God is not unfair. There was always somebody that had a better or that was more responsible. Maybe for different reasons, you did not accept that person. It might be peer pressure, it might be societal pressure, it can even be sometimes, it might even be family pressure sometimes. But there was somebody that was much better that came. But no matter who pressurized you, you accepted the pressure and you made your choice. So no matter the pressure, you made your choice and you decided what you wanted in life. Because these people that you're talking about, the good guy came, the good girl, the good woman also came. Maybe for a man, maybe what you saw was you wanted a body. You know the way people say they want a body that is a body that is only body for them, or a body that is loyal. Can you imagine? You want a body that is loyal. It's just like somebody that wants to eat his cake and have it. For example, the body that you found, where did you find her? On what circumstance did you meet that person? How was the person been living? What kind of upbringing does that person have? What is that person's life's view? How does that person see the world? So that person, you expect that all of a sudden that person will become what you want them to be for you. You've seen the appearance, it's aesthetically pleasing to you. You like, maybe you met the person with a very super mini dress, maybe a couple of tattoos, or then maybe some cleavages exposed or whatever. Then you feel like this is what you want. It's so attractive, it's so enticing to you. And along the line, you discover that this person has a way of doing things. Did you even ask yourself in the first place? I'm not saying that everybody that is dressed like that have ulterior motives. Maybe sometimes they dress for themselves. Maybe sometimes they just want to impress themselves or they just like the way they look in that. But there are also cases or where they dress like that because of where some people dress like that because of how they want to come across to some people that they want to attract into their life. And how will you know the difference between somebody that is just dressed like that to impress themselves or just for their own self satisfaction, and and with somebody that is dressed like that to entice or get some people on their side? So if eventually you now meet somebody that is dressed like that because of the kind of person she wants to attract, what makes you think that she wants to stop at you? Or what makes you think that if whatever she was getting from you is she stops getting it, what makes you think that she will not use the same method to go and look for the next person? So that is what some of these guys don't understand. You saw that responsible, or that God fearing, or that modestly dressing uh, woman, but you chose what your eyes wants for you. You chose what your lust wanted for you. Now, the other lady who is dressing modestly and all that is just, obviously we know that most of this is just about dressing. If that lady who you think she's so boring and she's just always looking like somebody going for Bible studies, if that person also decides to dress like the, she might even look more enticing, but she has chosen to dress in a certain way so that she will not attract the wrong type of attention, the kind of attention that she does not want. So it's personal accountability. So it's not about trying to now project your own bad decisions and your own failures on every other woman out there, saying that women are this, women are so and so, women are bad, the women are unfaithful, women are ungrateful, women are all, you attracted that type because of what, because of your lust. That is what you attracted. So as long as you're alive, as long as you are alive, and if possible you're not married, maybe you're not married, that's better. But if you're married, maybe you try to work on your marriage to the best of your ability. But as long as you still have a chance, as long as you're alive, you still have a chance to make the right decisions. As long as it's not too late, you still have the chance to make the right decisions. You still have the chance to now take personal accountability and make the right choices. And the same thing for the women, because the women's own is actually more popular when you hear a lot of ladies talking about men are this, men are bad, men are dogs, men are all manner of things you hear. And you ask these ladies sometimes, what kind of men are these that you've been meeting? That's where now it becomes a hard answer. They can't find the answer a lot of the time. And don't believe, I do not believe personally any BS reason that the person changed, or you never saw it, the person was so good. That is someone trying to play smart. That's someone trying to still look like a victim no matter what. No, you saw all the signs, you saw all the red flags. For example, if your current predicament or what ended your relationship was alcohol abuse, maybe your partner was always abusing drugs or alcohol, and before, because of that, there's always conflict, there's always physical altercations, there's always verbal abuse, there's always just everything wrong. If that was your reason, if that is the reason, then ask yourself, did it start that so many years later, or after a while when you guys are already dating, or when you guys are already like in a relationship? But if you knew that this person is someone that has the potential to become an alcoholic because of the kind of lifestyle you saw him living, the kind of place you even met him, or someone that you, so why, what makes you think that it will all go well for you when you know, when you could see, maybe you even met him when he was drunk, or maybe you met him when he was drinking? And you know, alcohol is like you keep on going deeper and deeper until you get to the deep end. So once you see someone already abusing alcohol, It's not the alcohol will not just, it won't stop there unless that person comes out of whatever is making him to abuse alcohol. Because if that person does not come out, if that problem is still there, maybe someone that is using it as a coping mechanism, for example, if that problem is still there, that person will keep on piling that alcohol in their system. Sometimes, if it's two bottles that makes them to calm down for a short time, it gets to a point because that problem is there. The problem keeps on increasing. It gets to a time that that person will add one extra bottle or two extra. So maybe the person has to consume three or four. Then before you know, the person keeps going deeper and deeper. Then until they get to the point whereby you feel like you can't even stay with them anymore. And that is your choice. A lot of the time, you actually saw a more responsible, God-fearing, person that came. But because of whatever reason, maybe because of what you saw on social media, maybe because of what your friends are telling you, maybe because of the kind of movies you're watching, then you decided that this is the ideal man for you. But I mean, you decided that the person who is on the other side is the ideal person for you, and this other man that is hardworking is probably has not gotten to that level financially that you think is ideal for you, but this person is responsible, God fearing, and working hard. But you refused that person, you rejected that person, you saw that person as a loser because the world told you that that person is a loser. Because of many people in the world told you that that person is a loser or that person is not on your level. That's what they told you. Or that you started comparing yourself with others because you saw one or two friends or even people that you don't even know. You saw them with somebody that is driving a more flashy car or driving a car, then that is living in some big house that you saw. You don't even know the circumstances surrounding what they are showing you. And you decided, okay, this is how you're going to model your life. This is the standard for you. And you didn't care about anything that comes with it. You didn't care of how it even came about. You didn't even care with the circumstance surrounding that person. You only saw what you wanted, which is that luxury or that certain kind of lifestyle. It can even be luxury of physique. Oh, you've seen this. Oh, people are screaming that what they want is tall, dark, and handsome. A lot of people. There was a time they also to show you how confused they are. There was a time that what they wanted is light-skinned men. There was a time that was all that they saw as cute. So now it's just like someone that doesn't know where they are going. Anybody can direct that person to any place. So now what they are saying telling you is tall, dark, and handsome with six pack and has money, drives a nice car. That is what movies, social media, that's what all those things have shown you, and you accepted. So now that person that you chose, it has turned out the way it is. Instead of you to take accountability, you now start telling the world that men are evil and they are the worst. They ask you, didn't you know? You say, no, I didn't know. It was so nice. It was so all that. It was so nice. And but you know that is a lie. You know that is a lie. You know you saw the signs. Yes, he could be doing some other things for you that you wanted, so that he could be getting what you were also giving to him. But you knew that this man, and what makes you think that, for example, if a man that everybody wants, what makes you think that that person would now just come and choose you a lot of the time? Like everybody wants him. Let's say he's a man that is that is controlled by how the world see him. Maybe someone that doesn't have his own mind or that doesn't have his own values or principles. And he now, because of, let's say, he's someone that goes with the flow, and you know that, and he knows that He is like one is like the 1%, or is like the one out of 100 that women want. So you think that kind of a person with that kind of mindset will just come and become your personal a 6 feet dark skin and athletic person? Because when they step out, they are still going to meet those people that are chasing them, and they don't care if he's with anybody else. They don't care. Most of those ladies don't care if he's with any other woman. Why? Because that is what they've told them that they should go for. So they don't mind if there are five of them fighting for that person. They are all going to be there because they are controlled by misinformation. They are controlled by the foolishness of some social media narratives, or even music videos, or even movies. Some of the narratives that are there, they are degenerating the society. So take responsibilities for your actions. Take responsibility for the choices you've made. God is not unfair. God always gives people a chance for a very happy future with the right partner. God always puts the right things in place for people. It's people that are rejecting it because of comparisons with others, because of being deceived by the public sometimes. So you rejected God's direction and you're blaming God. You rejected God's protection and you're still blaming God. That why did you allow this man come into my life, God? Why did you do this? Why didn't you protect me from this person? I thought I'm a child of God. I thought I go to church. But that's because you don't want to take responsibility. In fact, if anybody should be angry with the other, God should be angry with you because of your lust and because of your selfishness. Sometimes they even insulted that good man or that good woman. They were even rude to that good person. And you expect things to work out for you in future. So take responsibilities, come out of that finger pointing. It doesn't matter. Yes, that person might have also done you some things that are not fair, but you did the worst by rejecting the person that God put in your path, by rejecting that hardworking man, and by rejecting that God fearing man, by rejecting that responsible man. You did the worst first. That is your, if you can't think of what else you did wrong in that relationship, think of that. The same thing with the woman. You rejected a responsible woman because you think she's not hot enough. You rejected the woman that cared about you. You rejected the woman that is God fearing because you think she was not enticing enough for you. So because of what you've seen, maybe you're even someone that used to consuming corn. You know what you're consuming online. Maybe because of all those images you've seen, and when you scroll on Instagram, you see those um, both the ones that got their own from doctors and the one that are just trying to entice people. You see all of those things, and it now shaped your mind on the kind of woman that you want. It shaped your mind on the type of woman that you want. And now it didn't work out the way you want it to work out. And now you're looking at every woman as ungrateful, betrayers, they are not loyal, and all that. You didn't get the right woman in the first place because of your desires. So it's both ways. It's not a woman versus man thing. I don't do that. I think that's for I hear this talk about brotherhood and sisterhood. Let me tell you the truth. That is childish. That is childish, and In fact, we should not accuse children. Sometimes children are innocent. And in fact, when we start saying childish, sometimes it feels somehow. Say that is foolishness. It's not men versus women. It is foolishness versus wisdom. Wisdom versus foolishness. It is sin versus righteousness. It is good versus evil. And it can come, the evil can come from any side. It can come from the male side or the female side. The foolishness can come from any side. Take responsibility, change your ways. If you claim to be a Christian, if you claim that you're praying to God, if you claim that you want to follow God's will, then do things according to the recommendation of God, so that you don't come out and start trying to blame God or asking God why. So make, as long as you're alive, you have a chance to make the right decisions. As long as you're alive, you have a chance to make the right decisions. So, guys, I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to this, and subscribe if you haven't. Like this video, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you